Greetings, my friends, and welcome back to another video. Today is a Wheel of Fortune. Lovely, huh, Ivy? So, what do we have here? I love this, actually. The kitchen garden, she calls it. Put your faith in the turning of the wheel. Stay centered in the midst of change. Find the medicine unique to every season. A circle of white stones frames a fragrant wheel-shaped garden, honoring the 8 holy days of the year. An herb planted for each section provides a valuable remedy in the corresponding seasons. Bay is planted for Yule, parsley for Candlemas, violet for Ostara, chives for balance, lemon verbena for summer solstice, basil for Lammas, sage for autumn equinox, and onion for Hallows. At the center of the garden is a compass rose. The promise of the blah, blah, blah. Let's repeat that. The promise of the garden is change. Events may unfold that redirect your path. Some things may feel beyond your control. Find the larger pattern in the chaos. The holy days mark the revolving cycles of nature. They may bring disruption, but they are always reliable in forward motion. When your soul compass, blah, 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 let's try that again. When your soul's compass spins, find stillness in the experience that easily allows you to be yourself. Trust life to come into being as the plants always do. There is transformation in each of the turn of the wheel. What emerges from this development will point you to your true north. I would say your true center. Crafting with the Wheel of Fortune. Celebrate the holy days by creating a living altar. Add nature elements as each season unfolds. When you need to stay grounded, hold a small round stone in the palm of your hand and breathe. Build a reliable seasonal apothecary. Start with learning the herbs in your kitchen garden. Hello, and that is one of the best ways to start learning herbs, is getting familiar with your kitchen herbs. Be it if you have a kitchen garden, great. But even if you don't have a kitchen garden, look in your spice rack. That's also a great place to start. So let's talk about a few of the plants that she mentions here. She mentions, let's see, bay is planted for Yule. So bay is a seasoning that we usually use to put in soup stocks. Bay is often added to soup stocks for seasoning. It's I think it's a pungent herb. It's not real spicy, but it adds body to flavoring to soups. It kind of brings out the other flavors. Bay is also used and can be burnt as an offering or for cleansing. When I participated in sweat lodges, we would hold a bay leaf and make a prayer. And then we would put it on the hot rocks and let it burn. So that's something that can be used in place of sage. And then bay is planted for you. Parsley for Candlemas. Parsley is a wonderful herb to add to salads. Its main property, one of the best things about parsley it's part of the celery family. They're related, and parsley is good for cleansing too. Cleansing the body. It's good for your kidneys and your urinary tract. It's really a wonderful herb. And then we have violet for Ostara. Violet flowers can be added to your summer salads. If you have a patch of green that has not been mowed, early spring, violets come into bloom. And it's a good tonic. It's good all-around herb if you can gather the leaves. You can also purchase it too, but the flowers are really good in salad. And then most of your herbs like that are cleansing too. Oh, and then she has chives or beltane. So chives are part of the onion family, right? You and I have chives. They're very easy to grow. They can be grown in a potted plant. You can snip them. You can eat the blossoms. So again, onion, garlic, very, very healthy for you, very medicinal. Yeah, onion family is good for antibacterial. I wouldn't say an antibiotic per se like garlic, but an antibacterial. So that's really good for that. And then she has lemon verbena for the summer solstice. Now I'm going to look that up because that's one I know lemon verbena and I have worked with it, but it's not one that's really off the top of my head. As I say, we don't all have photographic memory and we don't remember everything exactly, so it's always good to look up, unless that's one of the herbs that are in your wheelhouse, so to speak. And it's not in that book, so I gotta look in another book. Look what happened to my poor book. Oh my God, it went kaput. It split in half. I'm gonna have to fix it, I think. Okay, let's see. Lemon verbena. I'm trying to see, I'm trying to get what it, I'm familiar with it, but it's not. You tend to get some herbs that are in your wheelhouse, and that are really, that you know forward and backwards and forward. I'm not going to speak about that because I didn't think it would be that hard to find in my books. Okay, so we'll move on to another one. Basil for llamas. Basil is wonderful. Basil is part of the mint family, or the Lavanaceae, or the Labiate. They kind of changed those names. I don't know why they did that, but they did. So we know basil is favorite of Italians too. So it's part of the mint family. It's really good for the stomach. That's why it goes good with tomato sauce, because tomatoes are very acidic, so it helps balance out the acidity, and it's a carminative. Let me see. And we got sage for autumn equinox. Of course, we're familiar with the sage you burn, but you do know that garden sage can also be burnt. Sage is a very pungent herb, and that is also part of the mint family, but it's a little bit more strong. And then we got onion, and so I spoke about onion being part of the chive family, and they're also really great, like I said, for an antibacterial. Let's see, I should have onion in here. So, and sage definitely has to be in here, so we'll read up about that too. Excuse me, MMOPS. After that, I'll see if I can find verbena. It might just be in here as verbena, because there's a lemon verbena, and then there's verbena itself. MMOPQRS. It takes R and then S. Do you guys do that? Okay. Let's see. Saffron, sage, garden sage, which is Salvia officinalis, garden sage. It's antidiuretic, antispasmodic, astringent, reduction of perspiration. That would probably be good, and a menopausal formula to help reduce if you overperspire. But then I don't like to mess with the body too much, because our body has its own wisdom. So there is a reason we need to perspire. So I'm not really good. I don't believe in stopping the body from doing its job. That would be taking sage tea or tincture. It's useful for night sweats, such as those common with tuberculosis. And nursing mothers whose child has been weaned can take sage tea for a few days to help stop the flow of milk. The tea has also been prescribed for nervous conditions, trembling, depression, and vertigo. It is helpful in cases of leukorrhea, dysmenorrhea, and amenorrhea. As an astringent, it can be used for diarrhea, gastric, and enteritis. As a gargle, the tea is good for sore throat, laryngitis, and tonsillitis. It also helps to eliminate mucus congestion in the respiratory passages and the stomach. That, owing to the fact, is part of the mint family. Let's see, what was see if it's verbena here, and we can see a walnut is in this book. I don't have all of them. Well, I do, but okay. I don't want to pause, but I think that's pretty good. Although I was going to, let me take a quick look. And I came right to this. Of course, there's a lot of bay. Let's talk about bay. We'll go into a few of these. Medicines in the spice rack. A convenient place to discover the medicine values of herbs. Like I said, it's on the spice shelf. All of them have considerable medical uses. Most herb spices, let's go into this a little bit, are comatives, preventing and releasing gas. So that means they're good for the stomach. Stimulants and aids to digestion. Many of them are also used to relieve nervous spasms and coldness. They are often regarded as crisis medicine, being useful for the first acute stages of disease. Thus, a kitchen spice shelf can be brought off as a safe and natural alternative to synthetic drugs found in the medicine cabinet. Spices can be used to treat problems ranging from bleeding, diarrhea, and headache to heart attacks and acute infections. And this is from good old Michael Tierra. So the bay was dedicated by the ancient Greeks to Apollo, the god of medicine. Bay was considered capable of increasing and maintaining health and happiness. 1 or 2 bay leaves added to soup and beans improves the flavor and also prevents gas and indigestion. They are too strong to be used in large amounts. So that was bay. And then we spoke about basil is good as a tea for indigestion. Like I said, it's part of the mint family. Fevers, cold, flu, kidney and bladder trouble, headaches, cramps, nausea, vomiting, constipation, and nervous condition. Its medical properties include calmative, antipyretic, stimulant, alternative, diuretic, and nervine. A tea made of 1 ounce of basil leaves to put in water simmered for 20 minutes with 3 powdered black peppercorns per cup will be effective for most fevers. So those are some. I just want to see if he has any of the others that she mentioned in here, because I know some of these are coming up in the other cards, so it would be kind of redundant to go into them. So sage is an antispasmodic and an astringent, and is of particular benefit in slowing the secretion of fluids. Thus, it is used for excessive perspiration, night sweats, clear vaginal discharge, and stop the flow of milk. It is also useful for diarrhea, dysentery, the early stages of cold and flu and sinus congestions. Some sage tea, inhaled through the nostrils and breathed in, will be perfect for that. Bladder infections and inflammatory conditions. A tea made using 1 ounce of herb in a pint of boiled water, steeped in a closed vessel for 10 minutes. It should not be used for more than 1 week at a time because it's potent. When combined with rosemary, peppermint, and verbena, it is effective for headaches. A half a cup of the infusion made from equal parts of these herbs, 1 ounce per pint of water, is taken every 2 hours to relief is obtained. Sage tea is also used as a gargle for sore throat and ulcerations of the mouth. So that's long enough for today. I hope you enjoyed this kitchen and the Wheel of Fortune. Remember, if you came all the way through with me and my blunders, because I'm not going to edit, hit the thumbs up, leave me a comment. I want some feedback, because I'll do side videos if I get feedback. If I don't get any feedback, then it's not worth it for me to do a side videos like going into what an astringent is, what the tastes are about, so, and things like that. So give it a thumbs up. If you're so inclined, you can make a donation at my PayPal. The link will be below. Many blessings, and remember to be wild.